We started off with a scare here at the castle when Lamar Jackson didn't practice on Wednesday. Found out it was just knee soreness, not something having to do with a hamstring injury that kept him out for 3 games. And John Harbaugh said today that he'll be full go on Sunday for the game against the Cleveland Browns. Now, as the Ravens prepare, here are 3 things that we are going to be looking for, starting with that health. The Ravens, in addition to missing Lamar Jackson, were also missing some other starters in Rashad Bateman, Justice Hill, Marlon Humphrey, and then major special teams contributor Jay Higgins this week. They ended up getting Justice Hill back today, but we don't really know whether that means he'll play since he only had 1 day of practice. They also lost Mike Green yesterday, which leads us to part 2. How will this pass rush look? Will Mike Green play? If he doesn't, will Carl Lawson be added to the roster since he's on the practice squad? How will Draymond Jones look in his second game? And then on top of that, the Ravens have been having a lot of trouble generating pass rush with their traditional pass rushers. So they've been getting creative. They've been sending safeties and cornerbacks at the quarterback. Cornerbacks at the quarterback. So how will they try to generate that pass rush with a rather weakened group from the loss of Nnamdi Madubuike way back in week 2, last time they played the Cleveland Browns, and without Odafe Owe after they traded him to the Chargers? Finally, on the offensive side, I want to see what this run game is going to look like. Todd Monken called their performance against the Cleveland Browns in week 2 unacceptable. On top of that, we've seen some struggles trying to get Derrick Henry going, trying to get creative, and they had Keaton Mitchell as a healthy scratch for 4 weeks. He didn't really get going until after the bye, but he's looked really good in the few games that they've given him 4 carries each. So he's averaging way more than any other running back on the team in yards per carry. So will they get creative? Will they use him to get some speed on the outside and try to beat this formidable Browns defense? And one extra bonus thing, we're going to end with a positive note. We saw Ardarius Washington return to the field this week. He's not practicing with the team, but he's working out. He tore his Achilles in the offseason, and they're hoping to get him back maybe sometime in November. And on top of that, we saw outside linebacker Tavius Robinson, who broke his foot, in the locker room as well. If his recovery goes to plan, he could potentially return to the practice field after another game or 2. So the Ravens are slowly but surely returning to health, and we will hope, and if you pray, pray for the recovery of these guys soon.